Let's have a discussion about gaining commitment, and whether that be with a buyer, whether it be a seller, you actually really need the ability to bring a commitment forward. So everything we do from an influencing point of view is in the direction of a decision, helping people make better decisions. And one of the key things is, in many situations, and let's talk at a listing appointment, if you don't actually ask for a commitment, sometimes clients won't actually appoint you. They're looking for you to demonstrate your negotiation skills, your commitment gaining skills. So a couple of key points here. Firstly, the rule of threes. It is normal for someone to say no up to 3 times before they say yes. How many times do you think the average agent, the average real estate professional asks for a commitment? Once, if that. So here's the thing, you can improve your success rate just by asking for commitment an extra 2, 3 times. Now that isn't, are you ready to put me to work? No. Are you ready to put me to work? No. Are you ready to put me to work? No. That would be incredibly frustrating. But it might be that you've asked, so are you ready to put me to work? You've got a no. What I'd like you to do is hear, I don't know enough information, K-N-O-W. So when someone says no, think they don't know enough. So let me just go off on a little guided tour, maybe share another case study, and then come back and say, does that give you more of an insight of how we're going to operate? Let's go ahead and make that happen, shall we? So it really is this rule of threes, and hearing no as an I don't know enough information. Very simple, but very, very powerful to focus in on. So let me go through and look at some absolute key commitment gaining strategies that you can integrate. Now, you can use these individually or you can package them together. And obviously after this video, I'd love you to have a discussion as a team as to what are some other ways you're finding working very, very well to actually win the business. Now, here's the thing. If you haven't earned the right to win the business and you ask for the business, they're probably going to say no. It's not about a strategy. So you need to have earned the right to actually ask for a commitment, and are you ready to put me to work conversation coming through well and truly. Let's go through the first one of these. And that is to make sure that you can restack the value. During a listing appointment, you will have covered a lot of components that add a lot of value from a client point of view. So let me go through and highlight those key points. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, we've covered a lot of ground together in our appointment together today, our meeting together today. Could I summarize those key points for you? They'll always say yes. So you want to restack the value. Use a little bit of the FAB formula, so make sure you're talking about features, advantages and benefits. The reason why that's important, the reason why we do that, the thing that we want to make sure in place is this and this and this. And then you can confirm fit. Do you agree that? Do you believe that? Do you see why we do that? And really this is about an ABC. Always be confirming. Are we on the right track here? Do you feel comfortable with this? Does that make sense to you? You get what's called yes momentum, and they've said yes to this, and yes to this. Well, it's simply, yes, I'm ready to get going. Where do I start? Where to from here? The next one is conditional. In other words, to get started, we're going to need this. We will need a key for your property. We do need to identify the best times to open the property. We will need to make sure as to what's the best time to do the photography. Basically what we're saying, to have the client commit to this and this and this, in other words, to meet this condition and this condition and this condition, to actually have the money transferred into your account at that particular time frame, to get started in terms of this being your first open, to actually have your auction date on this day, to make those things happen, let's come back and get started now. So in other words, by committing to this and committing to this, then we've got to get started right now. The next strategy is called the next step. Look, the next step in the process is for us to get the green light today, and we can go ahead and make all of these things happen. As soon as you appoint me as your agent, I'm pressing the green light button and going for it and making these happen. As soon as I walk out of the property, I'm going to ring 5 potential buyers that I think could really suit this property. I'm keen, I'm eager, I'm ready to go. Let's go ahead and make it happen, shall we? So what are the next steps? The next step is just completing this little bit of paperwork, giving me the green light, and we'll get started straight away. So let's have a look at the next one, and that is direct. And that is, are you ready to put me to work? Do you believe I'm capable and competent of achieving a great result for you? Do you feel confident in the strategy we've been through? Yes. Okay, well, let's go ahead and make it happen. Are you ready to put me to work? Bang. It's direct, it's specific. And the final is the assumptive. I'm so looking forward to working with you on the sale of your property. I'm excited about having buyers come through and look at your property and presenting this property to the marketplace in a super effective way and achieving a great outcome for you. Let's go ahead and make it happen, shall we? So it's this whole assumptive kind of a process. So if we look at those, you can use them individually or collectively. Let's take them from the top. The first one of these is restacking the value. We've covered a lot of ground in a meeting together today. Let me summarise that for you. Secondly, do you believe that? Do you see that? That's confirming the fit, that all of these components fit together, building yes momentum. A future commit, in order to meet this particular time frame here, we really need to get started now. We get a commitment here and a commitment here. Well, let's get going in terms of today. In order to get started, here's what needs to happen. The conditional components coming into place. We will need a key for the property. That's a condition of the process. Do you agree with that? Let's put that in place. The next step. Look, the next step in the process is just putting this one and this one in place. Can we get started with this next step? All we need to do is get the green light and we'll get going with it. Direct. Do you believe I'm the right agent for you to achieve the best result? Great. Let's go ahead and make it happen, shall we? And assumptive, I'm really excited about taking your property to market. Let's make it happen. So all of those come together individually or collectively, or the right mix of those are going to work well for you. The interesting thing is you need to hone these and develop these, because as you do develop these, you're even more confident in the process for you to be able to get out there and achieve great results. Remember, there are people out there that unless you demonstrate your commitment gaining skills, they're not going to appoint you as their agent. It's simple, it's effective, but boy does it make a difference. Enjoy having the discussion about how can you increase the commitment and gain commitment from your clients in an even more effective way. Thanks for tuning in.